Today, I'm going to highlight a cake from my book, Dessert Gems. And seeing that we're getting into the cooler weather, the fall weather, I want to show you a honey cake that is just the perfect cake that you'll enjoy making at this season. And it's very simple. Basically, there are no special extra ingredients in the cake other than a little small cake that I'm going to be making with walnuts. But the cake usually is plain honey cake. And we'll start out with the dry ingredients. I have 3 cups of flour that I've been sifting here in a medium-sized bowl. And then this consists of salt, baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, and cocoa. You want to get everything sifted into the bowl and mix it up as best you can. That is the basic ingredients for this cake. Sometimes people do take and frost it, but I find that plain is just as good. Now take and mix it all up, blend it in, and you'll set it aside to deal with the wet ingredients. Now I'm going to work with the wet ingredients, starting with the eggs first. Make sure that you beat these eggs till they're nice and frothy. Start to see that they're bubbling. And then gradually add the sugar. And a little bit of oil. Now here goes the fun part. This is 1.5 cups of honey. So you have to make sure that you get this all in, or else you'll have a real sticky mess. And this is 1/2 cup of instant coffee. I used a teaspoon of coffee granules. And make sure it's cool when you do it. And I'm just going to shut this off and take a little bit more honey out of the bowl here, because that's about 1/8 cup. And there it is. Okay, so this is when we add the dry ingredients. This is an easy way to add the dry ingredients, you can add just when you get down to the bottom, you can tip the bowl. But a scoop is wonderful. Now I'll just tip it gently so it doesn't fly all over the place. And once this is completely blended, we'll be adding it to a pre-greased pan. Good. And now we're ready to add it to the bake pan. So now I'll start with the larger pan first. Again, it's been pre-oiled. And let's see if maybe I can get a few good scoops here. It's about 2/3 of the way up, and it'll be a good height when it rises. And I want to leave enough for at least one little cake. You can get 2 5x9 cakes actually out of this. But this is looking good. And that would be for the first one. Now we'll try just a plain little mini cake. And that also looks like 2/3. Now is the challenge, and I'll probably need a spatula to get the rest out. I'm going to take some nuts and mix them in. And no matter what size this is, I'll enjoy it. It's good. And wonderful. Okay, now we'll tidy around with the pans to make sure that they don't burn the edges. And what I like to do is just take and put a spatula back and forth to make it even, like so. And here as well, just to make sure that the batter is evenly distributed. Okay. And again, these little ones will bake a lot faster. They'll be about 30 minutes. And this one will check at 40 minutes. Here's our beautiful honey cake. And see how it rose nicely. And what I'd like to do is just take the cake tester and make sure, yep, it works. This tester, by the way, was my mother's. So I've had it for many, many years, throughout my married years. So this is great, and I'm going to actually take it over here to cool off. And I took out these cakes earlier. This one I know has the nuts in it. And this one, the little mini cake. So I want to get it out of the pan. It's been cooling for a while. And, you know, just if you spray it lightly, that's all you need. See that? Even the bottom looks wonderful. And I'll put it over here. We'll cut a little piece, see how it looks. Beautiful. It's soft. It's got a wonderful texture. Very, very nice. And what I did is I made up a little frosting mix, and it's made out of a little bit of honey, some water, and a little bit of cheese, cream cheese, and confectioner's sugar. So I'll just show you on the top here that you can coat the cake, and naturally it will harden. And if you would like to have it decorated, I personally am fine with it this way, and I know that my family loves it plain. Beautiful texture. So there is a simple honey cake recipe. And now that it's the fall season, there are going to be many more things that I'm sure you folks would like to see. So if you go apple picking, save some apples, because I have a wonderful recipe coming up next time. See you then.